Good evening, everyone. Jamie here in very hot Arizona. Today was 109. The last 2 weeks, I think the last video I said we had hundreds coming up. Well, they came up. It's been like 109, 105, 106, and so on. But Arizona, what do you expect? So I'm out here next to the newly planted uh, agroforestry kind of thing, seeing how it does, how it's doing. Things are starting to go to seed very nicely. The other stuff is doing well. So I'm pretty happy with it. Now, I did a accidental experiment here. You notice I laid mulch in areas. I laid it pretty thick going all the way across, but we had some free range roosters running around in the beginning and they kind of stirred it up. In the areas that I mulched, I didn't have much come up, but in the areas that the roosters really got to, a lot of the seeds came up. So there was a question on one of my favorite channels, and she asked mulch or no mulch. I'm kind of mixed on it, to tell you the truth, because from what I'm seeing, the areas that didn't mulch came up a lot better than the ones that were mulched. So I don't know if that's a fair um, experiment, more of an observation. But everything's doing well considering how hot it is. I'm surprised and happy with it, to tell you the truth. Sorry about the shadow. But the sun's going down, and it's the only time I can do a video without having everything overheat. There's shadows involved. And like I was saying, everything's doing well. That rue plant over here, not so well. And that tree tobacco, it it didn't make it. Now this could be my fault. I planted them kind of late in the season, which I know better, but I did anyway. So lesson learned again. This hopseed, it's struggling, but the other two are doing fairly well. So I don't know if it's that. And again, with the rue plant, you can see it's getting green down at the bottom, and it's got new sprouts on the side. And it could be just adapting to the water pattern. Like I said, this side over here only gets watered once a week. Now it's deep watered, but still it's only once a week. So that could be it. Don't know. But it is what it is. The willow tree is blooming somewhat. Not as prolific as it did last fall, but it'll be okay. Now let's take a look out yonder. So we're out here in the area that Tyler's been working. And when I left off, said I wasn't too sure if I was going to put any more out here. Well, the predictions are we're going to have a really good monsoon season. So if it's anything like the first one, when we first came here, I decided to go ahead, just get it done. And we'll see how it goes. So 2 more pits were added here. Another pit there. That was one of the ones, the last one I showed you. And another pit there. And then another pit. Sorry about the sun. Delicate balance trying to find the time to do a video. But 2 more put in down here. And then 1 more right here. Try to get down here. See. All right. So this might make it better for us. We have this one. this one, these two. So it's now done. Everything on the lower portion of my property now has its water harvesting features done. Now out here on the hill, started doing one rock dams across the face of the hillside up here. Try to catch coming off the hill. At least slow it down. Moving kind of gently. My back is, well, my back is broken, but I'm still moving. So one rock dam's going up and going across this hill. I think that should help. We're going to complete that all the way up to the top and all the way around. So maybe we can get that done before monsoon season, though I doubt it. Oh, somebody's coming out to say hello. What's up, G Kitty? Yeah, buddy. But monsoon season starts officially this month, but we normally don't get ours until July towards August. But who knows? We did get some rain 2 weeks ago, right about an eighth of an inch, which is very uncommon for June. So I'm hoping that's a prediction of things to come. But yeah, wow. A lot of water retention. And that goes all the way down. I might get a drone so we can just do a hole so you can get an idea how much. This is about, I don't know, 1.5 acres done. Still got another 1 acre, but that's a way future project. So let's go to the main garden. So at the new area where we just did the trellis is looking good. Leaves are a little wilty, but to be expected at 109. Now this week we had a really good surprise. Right down here, right in there, was a western diamondback tucked. So you got to be careful out here. Now the wannabe food forest is doing well. Nothing really suffering that much. The watermelon's starting to come around, and we have the horn melons coming up everywhere. First lane is starting to spread, but most of our spring crops are stopping to produce. We're not getting as many flowers on our tomatoes as we did. The zucchini is not really doing that well. The eggplant we planted, you're seeing the diatomaceous earth that we have on there. We got infested with ants, and they were just chewing up everything. So I'm not too sure how well these are going to do. Now the eggplant that we had last over the winter, make it, did well. We've got a total of about 15 pomegranates on plants going around. Pretty happy about that. Look at that beauty in the sun. These things are just gorgeous. I love them. A hot weather plants, such as the hibiscus, is doing all right. And of course, the horn melons are doing really well. They're starting to really take off. There's another shot at more pomegranates. Kind of wrestling whether to take them off or let them go. And we still have quite a few tomatoes on everywhere. And this one, I forget the variety of it, but it's still producing a lot of flowers and a lot of tomatoes. So that's pretty good for June. The okra's finally coming around. That's the big okra. This horn melon is really taking off. And I've noticed that around our nitrogen fixers, plants seem to do a lot better. Um, but I don't know if it's the nitrogen fixers. Maybe you guys can help me, because I always heard that it doesn't fix nitrogen unless you trim them. And then the roots die and those nodules start benefiting the soil, like chop and drop. What, I don't know. You guys tell me. But gorgeous sunset after a brutal day. Oh, the cucamelons are doing well. So these guys are like little mini cucumbers. And down there, the mimosa tree is coming back. So that's a pretty good thing. I already have the replacement for it. Over here, look what came up again. That moringa. Now it's been coming up for the last 2 years, 3 years since I planted it, but it normally comes up in the fall time, and just enough time before the freeze to really produce leaves. So I'm hoping that rain that we had is the cause of it. Plum's doing well. Everything in this corner is doing well. Another shot of that grass. And by the looks of in there, I've got another harvest of eggplants ready to go. So that's what's happening in very hot Arizona. Hopefully everything starts, well, continues doing well. We have a lot of figs on this year. It's amazing how many figs we have on this year. Another quick thing. You hear them? That's one of our dreaded hookbill threshers up there, mad because I'm interfering with his plans to destroy my plants. But it's cool. She's like, yeah, come on down here, buddy. But, oh, we had a couple of new birds show up. I hadn't seen these kind before. Different look. One of them's really pretty. Looks almost like something you would buy in a pet store. Almost like a lorikeet. But just beautiful. Yellow, had green on him. He's just real pretty. And then we had another one that looked similar to a robin, but he wasn't a robin. And he's real pretty. Of course, we got the hummingbird still. Not as many dragonflies this year, which surprises me that we even have dragonflies. I mean, we're in the desert. Ain't no water anywhere around here. And yet, we usually have a good population of dragonflies. I wish they would come back because we do have a population of flies. So, you know, last year we got a real good picture of a dragonfly eating a fly's head off. And that was pretty cool. But that's about it for now. Gonna enjoy this cool down that we have. It's now only about 100, but it feels so good compared to, say, 109 that got his paw. He's happy. Compared to 109, just it's how weird how 100 degrees can feel good. But I hope everybody has a good week. Enjoy yourselves. Try to stay sane in this world, and I'll talk to you later.